So, I have never tried crack or cocaine or, any of those kinds of drugs. But I have a feeling that this this right here I got a feeling this is something like that. Those damn Girl Scouts. Play the intro while I eat this cookie. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Night. All right, stop the music. Good damn morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live on this lovely March 6th, 2020. Friday. It's Friday. And you know what that means? You know what that means, people? It's Funky Friday. Yeah, I know it's a little loud, but for a minute, I'm just gonna let it go. Kind of has that 70s funk rock feel to it. I don't even know what the song is called. Get Me Something by the New Fools. Never heard of it. Kind of has a, what's that movie? Oh, it kind of has an Ocean's 11 feel to it. Like when they're doing their thing in between, B-roll, whatever you call that shit. All right. It is Funky Friday on the Morning Night Live, PDawg Night, and it's also Quickie Friday. Yes, we got to get caught up. Yes, I know the music was loud. It was loud on purpose. Oops, now I accidentally turned it off. Yeah, I know the music loud. It was loud because I wanted you to feel it. I wanted you to feel it. Oh, damn. Let's see if I can get it to a good level here. There we go. Oh no, that's not. Hang on. All right, that should be pretty good. So, happy Friday, everybody. I have been kind of. Oh shit, that's still pretty loud, isn't it? I can't get that turned here. Let's do it here. I'll try it here. Let's see here. I want to get it to a manageable level where you can hear it, but it's not too loud. And for some reason, holy shit, this thing is just... All right, there we go. Hey! I got to get caught up because I've been bookmarking things all for the last couple weeks. I hardly ever get to my bookmarks. So I thought to myself, it's time to get to the bookmarks. But also there's so many headlines that I've been stuck on coronavirus and the Democratic primaries, but there's so much more going on in the world that I thought today I'm not going to spend tons of time on everything that, I'm not going to spend as much time on each article. I'm just going to try to get a conglomerate of headlines, bookmarks, things I haven't been able to get caught up with. So most of them are going to be short and sweet, but of course that it's likely that I will go off on a tangent or just go on a rant. So that's a possibility too. But we'll just see how it goes today. See if I can keep on task. But before we do that, I got to say good morning to everybody in the chat. As I always do, today, Chi-Town J was the first one here and gets the bell. Good morning, Chi-Town Jay. Also, good morning to Becca Farley. Also, thank you, Becca, again for tweeting out the show, as you always do. In fact, a bunch of you have done that. Real quick thank yous to Necrosaw Collins, Truckin' Bear, Tyler F., Becca Farley, and in fact, Becca, I'm going to put your tweet in the chat. People, you can add that, or if you're on Twitter, you can retweet that. All right, good morning also to Advocatus Diaboli, Gunfox61, Merle Davis, Mike Savage, Tyler F., Unholy Reaper, a welcome rarity in the chat, Merle Davis, Green Badger Outdoors, Grillin' Pirate Pete, who has, oh my gosh, if you're on Twitter, go check out Grillin' Pirate Pete's, he's got some stuff on the smoker. Oh, he showed me another picture. All right, he's got you. He's torturing me. In fact, I'm gonna put this on the screen. Look at this. So Pete's got some grub on the smoker going right now, up in Michigan, and dude, you're killing me. You're killing me, brother. Now I suppose I could break out my smoker, but I have a cheap smoker. I take my gas grill, and I put a huge wet towel over it. And then I put my chips in the corner I built some metal pans that go right on top of my burners. So I turn on one burner, put the chips in the corner, put the meat on the left side, and the wet towel over the grill keeps the smoke in. And it's not made for that, but it works. But I gotta buy a smoker one of these days. I want to buy one of those big giant double barrel smokers, But anyway, Grillin' Pirate Pete's going to town. Okay, let me keep going here. See, I told you I was going to go off on a tangent. Also, good morning to Attack Alpaca, Richo, D.I. Freighter, Jaeger Pony, Truckin' Bear, let's see here. Who else is down here? There's Maniac Man, good morning, Sheograph, Cynical Lindsay, Duck Dog, and that I'm back up to current. So there you go. That's everyone in the chat today. Who's here so far. People are strolling in. Make sure you boy, by the way, I do have my Cat Reparations coffee, which is going to help me stop coughing today. Now, what you need to do is make sure that if you like what we do, hit the like button sometime during the show. I'll remind you at the end of the show. Also, you are the sole sponsors of the Morning Night Live. Please share this stream out, that little share arrow down there, or you can retweet Becca's tweet, or you can just if you hit the share arrow, hit a couple more clicks, and you can get it on Facebook or Tumblr or whatever you do for your social media and stuff. And then also we do super chats through the Streamlabs link, which is PDawgnight.live. That's what it says right there. It'll be in the chat periodically. It's also down in the description down below. All right, let's get right into it, because I'm going to be going fast and furious today. Wait, I'm not sure what you're talking. Oh, you guys are talking about something else. Good morning, Rich at Art. That's another new name I haven't seen before, but I'm glad you're here. Or you might be on a different handle. By the way, if you are here for the first time or just the second time or whatever, you got this through a tweet and you're like, what is this? Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell when it pops up so that you get notifications. Or you can also follow me right over there. It says Twitter, Minds and Gab, at PDawg Night on one of those places, and you'll get notifications there too as I try to tweet this out every day. All right, so oh my goodness, I'm looking at this again. I clicked and I went to this again. I can't stop looking at it. And this is 2 hours in. What do you got that on, Pete? Probably about maybe 175, 185, or see, I'm trying to stay around 200 when I smoke things. I smoke long time and slow, but I don't know. I'm just, my mouth's wide. I can't. I thought this was my crack right here, the Girl Scout Thin Mint cookies. But now I'm looking at this pile of meat on the smoker, and I'm just thinking, oh my God, I need to be in Michigan right now. Good morning, Texas Red. How you doing? All right, let's get it going. Is the music still loud? No, it's just me. I have I got the headphones up a little too high. All right, here we go. So let's just get into it. There's a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. First of all, I want to talk about Chuck Schumer. You know, I affectionately call him the smarmy prick from New York, but he's a New York politician. They're all kind of have a jackassery to them, but 150 to 200, but Samoa's, no. Oh my God. Okay. Hard to keep constant as it rains, snows in Michigan. Yeah, that's another reason why I use gas, because it's hard to monitor wood when you're using like a side smoker where you got wood and charcoal on the side, and when it's cold out too, it's hard to maintain temperature. I want to get a pellet smoker. Okay, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking to Pete because I'm obsessed. Okay, let me tell you what I almost just said. I'm obsessed with Pete's meat. Anyway, no, I'm talking about the temp that he has a smoker set at, but it looks like he's using a side pan smoker where you have the separate container for the heat, and you gotta really watch your temperature. So that's kind of why I want to get a pellet smoker. Like a big double. There's this place out in the western suburbs of Minnesota. They build these giant pellet smokers, and it's like, they have this one that's like 2 barrels wide, and you can take it has a partition, so you can only use one side. It has 2 pellet bins, and holy smokes, no pun intended. Oh, guess what? I have a new... Oh, didn't work. Oh no, I am so disappointed. What's going on here? Check the old soundboard. Let's see. Oh, denied. Hang on a second here. Let me fix this. Hang on. Gotta fix the soundboard, because every time, for some reason, they all reset into nothing. Boy, I should have done this beforehand. See, I am not necessarily the most professional monkey, so to speak, on the internet, although I tend to be a dog instead. I'm not the most professional dog on the internet, but let me fix my soundboard here, because I had a new sound. I've had 2 new sounds, actually, and neither of them worked, which means I have to reset them all, because sometimes this stuff just doesn't always go. But the bell worked. Silly me. All right, hang on. I wonder, come on, let's fix this. All right, wow. And let's see if this is working. Oh, that's not even working. Or is that, oh, is it because I can't hear the, I didn't have a volume up, that's why. Did this work? Oh, it's just really quiet. All right, never mind. I'll have to fix that. All right. Back to the show. So Chuck Schumer the other day at a abortion rights rally, basically, some people are trying to say that it wasn't a threat, but it was clearly words that anyone would take as a threat to Supreme Court justices. Not good at all. And here it is right here. Here's what Chuck Schumer said.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
Interesting.
You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions.
Now, there is almost no way that you cannot turn that shit off. What the hell? There is no way that you cannot take that as a threat to Supreme Court justices. I'm sorry. Hello, lamented guide. I see you might have to lurk today. Good. I'm glad you're here either way. So it was clearly a threat. Now, here's the problem, and I'm going to read this article from the New York Post. Of course it was a threat. Now, people are trying to say, well, after all the things President Trump has said about judges, blah, 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 blah. Well, first of all, there's a difference between being highly critical of judges and threatening judges. Here, I forgot to put this on the screen. There's a huge difference between those two things. And what Chuck Schumer did was threaten judges. Now remember, who was it yesterday? I said there's a difference between a dog whistle and bagpipes. Those were some bagpipes right there. Okay, so here I sent an update on the Texas man that waited to vote for 7 hours. I knew something wasn't right about the story. Oh, good. I'll thank you, Rebecca. We'll check that out. There was something weird about that story. Anyway, so here's the New York Post article. Schumer's SCOTUS threat was truly unprecedented, and then he made it worse. So he starts with a quote from the Federalist. Okay, this is important though. If then the courts of justice are to be considered as the bulwarks of a limited constitution against legislative encroachments, this consideration will afford a strong argument for the permanent tenure of judicial offices, argued Alexander Hamilton in Federalist number 78. Speaking of the Federalist Papers, I decided that I am going to do a project on the Federalist Papers, just going through them one by one as standalone videos. So we'll get to I'll announce that sometime. The actual official announcement of that will come up soon. If we need a pristine example of why justices are bestowed lifetime appointments and shielded from the intimidation tactics of unethical politicians, Senator Chuck Schumer has now provided us with one. Speaking to pro-abortion protesters in front of the Supreme Court this week, the Senate Minority Leader threatened, there's no other way to put it, two sitting justices with repercussions if they uphold a Louisiana law aimed at protecting babies who survive abortions. It's interesting. This is not an anti-abortion law. It's a law that says, if a baby's born alive, you have an ethical duty to save the baby as a doctor. I'm not sure. Now, abortion is an extremely difficult topic for some people. I get that. And there's some very strong feelings about it. But it would seem that if a child is born alive or survives an abortion, you would think that there's an ethical reason to try to keep that baby alive. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't read the law. And the Supreme Court's looking at it. The courts have been looking at it. It's amazing to me. This is like that Virginia thing with Governor Blackface, Anyway, so Chuck Schumer said, well, I just showed you what he said. His quote, "I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind and you will pay the price. You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions." That is a threat. It's not criticism. That's a threat. Kind of like when Chuck Schumer said in an interview that Donald Trump shouldn't mess with the intelligence agencies because they have 6 ways to Sunday to get back at you. Oh, really? See how that worked out. Now, it's possible, I'm continuing here. It's possible that Schumer, who doesn't have the slightest interest in protecting abortion survivors, can't think of any good reason for hospital admitting privileges for abortion providers, as the Louisiana law requires. See, that's another thing. I've never understood this, the resistance to the idea that abortion providers should have hospital admitting privileges. So let's say, for example, a woman is having abortions and complications happen, and the woman is in, a life-threatening situation because of complications during an abortion. Shouldn't the should those doctors have hospital admitting privileges to be able to take their patient to a hospital where they might need to have, more emergency equipment or whatever? I've never understood the resistance to that too. Although I get it. It's just like when someone tries to do an incremental gun law. Okay, they try to do incremental gun laws, and gun rights people are very resistant to that because they see the slippery slope argument. I understand the resistance to it. I just don't understand why you would not want to protect women who might have complications during abortion. Lots of questions that surround that particular thought, but treating that as an undue burden is just an example of the Democrats' abortion extremism. Threatening justices over the case is hysterical. Moreover, Schumer's thuggish rhetoric is a transparent attempt to intimidate justices. And wow, thank you for the super chat, Lament and Guide. Easy to retort these shrieking pinkos. The rest of the country is not New York City or LA. Stop forcing your backwards, and yes, it is backwards, hello Black Plague in LA, on the rest of us by federal fiat. Oh, hell yeah. There's a lot of things that they talk about. Like, even the $15 minimum wage. Should local municipalities decide what their minimum wage is based on the cost of living in those areas? Or can states decide what they're going to do in their state? I don't know. But good point, the Meta Guide. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go back. Moreover, Schumer's thuggish rhetoric is a transparent attempt to intimidate judges. Okay, we got that. Surely the champion of norms and decency will be horrified by this development. When President Trump rather absurdly demanded that Sonia Sotomayor and Ruth Bader Ginsburg recuse themselves from Trump-related cases because of their partisan positions, and yes, notorious RBG is openly partisan anti-Trump, it was a major national story, almost a scandal. People were talking about that as being grounds for impeachment again. In this case, however, I suspect we're going to hear a lot about a general coarsening of discourse. But there's a difference between... It's just like the free speech argument. Free speech is okay and fine and good and necessary, but threatening somebody with violence is not free, so to speak, or does not have should have repercussions. Whatever the case, this is an unprecedented attack on Supreme Court justices. And by unprecedented, I mean that you won't be able to unearth an instance in modern history or a member of Congress threatening a justice, by name no less, for ruling against his wishes. This is why I imagine Chief Justice John Roberts felt the need to release this following statement. Justices know that criticism comes with the territory, but threatening statements of this sort from the highest levels of government are not only inappropriate, they are dangerous. All members of the court will continue to do their job without fear or favor from whatever quarter. Sometimes in highly charged debates over public policy, a moment gets the better of a person. It's happened to all of us, yet rather than walking back a statement, Schumer compounded the ugly behavior by smearing the Chief Justice as a partisan ideologue. A spokesman said, for Justice Roberts to follow the right wing's deliberate misinterpretation of what Schumer said. Oh my God. While remaining silent when President Trump attacked Justices Sotomayor and Ginsburg last week, shows Justice Roberts does not call balls to strike. Oh, yeah, I think Justice Roberts has given Trump a little criticism in the past for other things that he said. But in this case, he just made an opinion that they might need to recuse himself. It wasn't an attack. It was criticism. Anyway, the senator only meant that there would be a political price Republicans will pay for putting them on the court, the statement added. No, that's not even close to what he said. First of all, Schumer is really arguing that being critical of justices is tantamount to threatening them. Is Schumer arguing that? If that's the case, then why during President Barack Obama's State of the Union address in 2010 did Schumer stand up and clap for Obama's norm-breaking attack on the Supreme Court justices who had upheld the First Amendment in Citizens United? It seems clear that Obama was attempting to manipulate the court as well, but at least he had the decency not to sound like some wannabe mafioso. By accusing Roberts of misrepresenting his comments for partisan reasons, Schumer, via his spokesman, is obviously trying to influence the Chief Justice as well, but he's lying. Schumer's initial statement specifically and unequivocally named 2 justices, one of whom he and his colleagues had already attempted to humiliate and defame. He was not calling out the Republicans who put Gorsuch and Kavanaugh on the bench. Schumer doesn't have the power to follow through on any threats. Thankfully, his attack, like many less obvious ones, is just a part of the left's concerted effort to delegitimize the court, denigrate its justices, and undermine the legality of its decisions. This isn't surprising. The Constitution and the jurists who are inclined to uphold it are the biggest impediments to the progressive agenda, so expect more of this. The other part of that is that threat that may very well be criminal, and here's the article here. Former U.S. attorney says Schumer's SCOTUS threats may well be criminal. Just what I said. Ding. A former U.S. attorney said that Senate minority. Oh my God, I hate those ads. A former U.S. attorney said the Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's remarks at the Supreme Court justices Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh will pay a price, quote unquote, if they rule a certain way in an upcoming case may very well, be criminal. The Senate Minority Leader drew condemnation from many, including Chief Justice Roberts and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, and later walked back to his remarks. So he did actually finally, after first defending the remarks, eventually walked them back. Guy Lewis, who served as U.S. Attorney during the George W. Bush administration, broke down Schumer's comments with Fox News' Harris Faulkner on Thursday's edition of Outnumbered. How long is this? Let's find out how long this is. We may play it or we may not. Well, certainly it has it has a commercial. I'll just read. Look, the American Bar Association is no friend of the Republican Party, Lewis said, responding to Faulkner's citation of the organization's condemnation. I got to tell you, and Schumer's kind of backtracking, that we've heard. I've got to tell you, and Schumer's kind of backtracking, that we've heard today. I think it's a day late and a dollar short. Listen, as a young prosecutor down here in Miami, I actually prosecuted and put somebody in jail for about 3 years, if I recall correctly, under a similar circumstance where they had threatened a federal judge that had a case pending before her. And so listen, I don't think this is bad judgment. It may very well be criminal. Yeah, people go to jail for threatening judges. That's not even a question. So Mitch McConnell also responded to this by reading. Sometimes Mitch McConnell is quite savage. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, speaking on the Senate floor Thursday morning, rebuked Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer for threatening 2 Supreme Court justices by name. A short time later, Schumer defended himself, denying any intention to threaten. I'm from Brooklyn, he said. We speak in strong language. Yes, this is him trying to defend himself. No matter what Schumer intended, words carry the apparent threat of violence and can have horrific unintended consequences, McConnell said. Mitch McConnell. By now, you already know what the Democratic leader shouted outside the Supreme Court yesterday morning. I'm sorry to have to read it into the record. First, he prompted a crowd of left-wing activists to boo 2 of the associate justices, and as though the Supreme Court justices were professional athletes, and Senator Schumer were jeering from the stands. And then the senator from New York said this, I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you've released a whirlwind, and you will pay the price. You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions. End quote. Anyway, so now Chuck Schumer threatening 2 Supreme Court justices is in the federal record. Good for him. And also there are people who are trying to have suggested that he be censured, not censored, but censured, which is a form of strong rebuke. It's like it's good Lord, out with it. Oh, I'm sorry, I was doing Mitch McConnell. Anyway, so, and then now Schumer says he misspoke after doubling down on comments threatening 2 Supreme Court justices. Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer now says he misspoke. I should have not used the words I used yesterday, Schumer said on Thursday remarks on the Senate floor. They did not come out the way that I intended. Oh, guys. Anyway, he's walking it back now, but that's because everyone is on his case. And even, when the American Bar Association snaps at him, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court gives him the business after, nobody believes him. Let's just put it that way. Nobody believes him. He said what he said. It was a threat. Now, here's the thing. The other part of this, though. There is no way for Chuck Schumer to make those justices pay a price. Right? So what did he mean by that? Because the left, again, are always talking about the dog whistles, right? Dog whistles. And we talked about dog whistles yesterday. It's like, well, these were not dog whistles, these were bagpipes. These were bagpipes. This was a sousaphone blowing right on top of your head. Is Chuck Schumer calling for some wacko to commit violence? I don't know. What does that mean? You will pay a price, Gorsuch and Kavanaugh. Their names will pay a price. Okay, now I know that somehow the word whirlwind in there echoes something that Brett Kavanaugh was saying, that during his confirmation, when he said that you guys have, you guys who have been throwing all this bullshit at me during this confirmation have reaped up a whirlwind, okay, saying that, this is something this is just going to get worse and worse every time you have a confirmation. And that was, but so he was kind of using Kavanaugh's words, I think, and I think that was intentional. But it's the threat. It's the threat that is the problem. And I hope there's some consequences. Ted Cruz, Chuck Schumer must be censured for threatening violence. States attorney generals, a bunch of states attorney generals also condemned Schumer's threats. Demand censure. Now, are they all Republicans or no? Let's see. Let's look at this article real quick. Like I said, we're just going to go through headlines and try to go through things fast. At least 7 state attorney generals have condemned Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer for his threats against Supreme Court Justices Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. Many of them have called for Schumer to be censured over his remarks. On Wednesday, Schumer we already know the story. Patrick Mooney from West Virginia, any person who professes to care about the rule of law and the impartiality of the judicial branch should roundly condemn Senator Schumer for threatening 2 Supreme Court justices. Schumer should be censured for his actions. Absolutely. Ken Paxton from Texas called Schumer's remarks unbelievable. For a senator to threaten members of the Supreme Court, it's immoral, it's despicable, and it's appalling that a U.S. senator would think it's acceptable behavior. Dave Yost, United States Senate should censure Chuck Schumer. He didn't simply threaten 2 sitting Supreme Court justices. He threatened the rule of law. Reprehensible. In a rare rebuke, Chief Justice Roberts slammed Schumer for threatening comments. So he's getting it from all over the place, and he damn well should. Since we didn't do FTGs today, today'd be a good day to FTG to Chuck Schumer. If I can spell it. Chuck, S-H-U-M-E-R, FTG Chuck Schumer. There you go. All right. Let's see. Let's change the notes here. Just some political things. Oh boy. Politics, we go to the president. Last night was in Joe Biden's home. The president had a town hall in Joe Biden's hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania, where he laid down some memes, laid down some truths about his style and substance. The GOP is eager to go after the doddering Tibetan Democrat's mental health, despite the sudden geschrei from leftists who only a week ago were doing the same thing. Let's see. Here's a pull quote. The Democrats in the deep state have spent their last 4 years constructing the greatest wag the dog spectacle America has ever seen in an attempt to cover up the malfeasance and criminality of the last administration while preventing the current one from achieving too many victories. Oh, that had nothing to do with Joe Biden, but yeah, well, it kind of did. Anyway, Trump defended his combative style in the town hall by saying, "We have to hit back." Let's see if they have a video of the quote here. Well, anyway, President Donald Trump defended his aggressive style on Thursday in Pennsylvania, noting that he had to fight back against his political enemies. Trump commented during Fox News town hall on Thursday night in Scranton, Pennsylvania, after a businessman asked him about his combative style. When they hit us, we have to hit back, Trump replied. I feel that. Trump acknowledged that he could either turn the other cheek or fight back. "I wouldn't be sitting here if I turned my cheek," he said. Trump said he was constantly under attack from his political opponents and admitted that he would not be president if he was not as combative. Yeah, you know what? This is the jackass in Donald Trump that is necessary when everyone is constantly sniping at you. So he just fights back, and it's refreshing almost to see a Republican do that. Even though I'm not a fan of Donald Trump's style, but guess what? So be it. Be a jackass, Donald Trump. Lamented Guy, thank you for another super chat. The Dems and the left are in a situation they refuse to acknowledge. They've become irrelevant, unpopular, and powerless. They still think it's the Obama years where they had a monopoly on power, culture, and news. They've become intellectually obese. Hell yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I misquoted you, Lamented Guy. Let me read this whole thing again because I forgot. I left out a very important element of your super chat. So let's do this again. The Dems and the left are in a situation they refuse to acknowledge. They become irrelevant, unpopular, and powerless. Hang on, let me fix. Okay, I got it. They still think it's the Obama years, where they had a monopoly on power, culture, and news. They become intellectually obese. I'd rather have cynical Lindsay. I'd rather have a jackass than a weak ass who kisses everyone's asses. Cough, Obama. Cough. And hey, yes, absolutely. Anyway, the president said the establishment media also deserved his criticism. We have a media that is, I'd say in large part, it's an it's a part of the Democratic Party, Trump said. It really is. It's terrible. It's unfair. I call it fake news. I've used that, and the people are using it all over the world right now, and that's the way it is. He said that he appreciated the question, but said he was required to fight against his critics. If we don't fight back, you won't be a fan of mine very long. So yeah, he was he was defending his combativeness, and you know what? I guess I'm just fine with that. All right. Why Trump would easily beat Biden? Here's why Trump would easily beat Biden. I could quickly show you one of the many reasons Trump would beat Biden. By the way, yesterday I showed you a bookmark. I mean, here's the thing. Now that Biden's the front runner, boy, oh boy, are the pieces coming out on him. As far as all his gaffes, people are... Now, some of the media is really trying to hide the gaffes, but there are others. I did show you that Medium article yesterday. Remember that Medium article yesterday by Caitlin Johnson? Now, Caitlin Johnson is a Bernie supporter, and she's a progressive journalist, but she's completely honest, and she, you know, so she's a total Bernie person, but she also didn't believe all the Russian bullshit, and she written many good articles about it. But anyway, and I showed you this article yesterday. Stop calling it a stutter. Here are dozens of examples of Biden's dementia symptoms. Now, it's funny because that's coming up more, and even President Trump mentioned that yesterday. And I don't know if Bernie, the problem is Bernie doesn't fight for himself. Clearly, you saw that last election season when, you know, he ended up basically bending the knee for Hillary Clinton and coming out as a supporter for her. And a lot of his supporters were bad about that. So supposedly he's going to be fighting more this time, right? I don't know. I doubt it. So after Super Tuesday, he's already pulled all his operations out of Mississippi because he's seeing that he's not going to get any traction there. Too many black people for Bernie, and he just doesn't fight for himself. People jump on his stage and he just backs away and shit like that. But anyway, I don't know if you're going to see Bernie start using some of this stuff. But remember this article I sent you the link to yesterday, where they had 18 video clips of Biden, or 18 examples of Biden's like not quite being all there. Well, now this thing is, she's up to like 33 clips now. She's been adding to this all day yesterday. She's up, let's see, 33, 34. Oh, there's 34, there's 35. Oh my gosh, there's even more. There's even more now. Okay, like for this one, here's a good example of what you're gonna see if Biden gets the nomination. Because you think Trump's gonna hold back on any of this shit? Here, repeatedly forgot Obama's name, called him my boss. Here's an example.
So this next video is...
Let's see if I can find... I don't want to go through this whole Kyle Kalinske clip. Hang on. This is Joe Biden forgetting Obama's name. Come on, show it here. Where is that?
I played it for you a couple times and slowed it down as well, so you could see it's not even close. It's not even close to Barack.
Let's see. Oh, here we go.
That's exactly what Rap Rock and I talked about in the beginning.
I don't understand.
That's exactly what Rap Rock and I talked about in the beginning.
Get it through. Another country and annexed a significant portion of it called Crimea. Right. He's saying that it was President, my boss.
Couldn't remember Obama's name. Okay, there's that. Here's what he called Cory Booker the president.
And this is one of those instances where the house was set on fire and you claimed responsibility for those laws. And you can't just now come out with a plan to put out that fire. We have got to have far more bold action on criminal justice reform, like having true marijuana justice, which means that we legalize it on a federal level and reinvest the profits in communities that have been disproportionately targeted by marijuana enforcement.
Vice President Biden, I want to give you a chance to respond.
The fact is that the bills that the future president here,
the future president, the senator, he didn't even know it. Oh my God!
They're passed overwhelmingly.
Since 2007, I, for example, tried.
Okay, so there's that one. Here's where he calls Bernie the president.
The president my friend from Vermont thinks that.
Okay. Here's this one.
Well, yesterday you said you accepted Bernie's apology, and now you're attacking him. Why are you doing that? Why wasn't his apology enough, Mr. Vice President? Why attack Sanders?
Why? You're getting nervous, man. Calm down. It's okay. He apologized for saying that I was corrupt. He didn't say anything about whether or not I was telling the truth about Social Security.
Okay, and we got here. Oh, this one.
I have more people supporting me in the black community that have announced for me because they know me. They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus. The only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate. A whole range of people.
No. Look at Cory Booker.
The other one is here.
I said the first. African-American.
Hello. I'm on stage with one of them. And then when he forgot, okay, here's this one. Watch Jill Biden in this one. Watch Jill Biden because as she's trying to figure
a pathway for 11 million citizens. If the other guy had voted for the I don't think you did.
Oh no, he did it again. She gets nervous. Look how nervous she is. Like, oh God, he got stuck again. His brain got stuck again. You don't think when he's the nominee that this is going to be exploited? Hell, there are Bernie people who are plastering this all over the internet right now. To everyone watching, you think they got their marching orders? You talking about the other candidates? I think they did. That's why I think Klobuchar and Pete originally planned to suspend their campaigns the same night and endorse Joe on Sunday night before Super Tuesday. Even though Amy Klobuchar's announcement got disrupted by Black Lives Matter, she had to wait till Monday to do it. Of course, that's what happened. Of course, as that one idiot always says. Then he claimed, the claim he was arrested by South Africa while trying to visit Mandela in prison. This is a clear lie. Anyway. All right. So anyway. Joe's gonna. They're starting to come after Joe now because he's the front runner. They come after every front runner. Bernie's not any better. Bernie's issues are the fact that his math will never work, as we've talked about so often. But I'm not going to get into that. By the way, if you weren't here yesterday, I told this yesterday, and I'll probably put it on Twitter too. But my live stream, if you haven't seen it, when we were going over Bernie's 60-minute interview, which was originally blocked immediately by CBS News, is back up on YouTube. I disputed it. They seem to have removed the copyright claim. Although then I went and looked at it. There's still a copyright claim on it, but instead of the entire video being listed, now it has like a 17 or 20 second portion of it, which I'm not quite sure. They didn't tell me they released the claim either. But anyway, the video's back up. You can watch it now. So anyway, good question, Sean. Where are all the cops and security at these events that keep having people storm the stage? It's not as surprising for Klobuchar, where she may not have as much security, thinking she's fine when she's in Minnesota. But in particular, you have a former vice president of the United States have some activists rush the stage while he's doing a speech. That is insane. You realize former presidents, former vice presidents still can have Secret Service protection for the rest of their lives if they want. Now, some of them opt not to have it at all times, but you would think while one is campaigning, if I'm a former vice president of the United States or whatever, I'm I'm taking my Secret Service option, especially seeing what's happened to Bernie and what's happened to other candidates on the trail. I'd be like, nope. Build that wall. Thank you, Lamented Guide. One more super chat. Stick a fork in Bernie. He's done. He said he'd bend the knee if Biden had more delegates than him, but not enough for the nominations to avoid a broker convention. That's got to be a better black pill. That's got to be a bitter black pill for all the wavering Bernie bros to swallow. LOL. You know what? Yeah, that is some news from yesterday too. Bernie says, so in one of the debates they asked the question, because the Democrat Party, when you go to the convention, if none of the candidates have more than 50% plus one delegates in the first tally of votes, then they go to a second tally, and then you could possibly have a broker convention. And Bernie said, the question was asked at one of the debates, asked all the candidates on stage, if we get to the convention and someone has a plurality of votes but not the requisite 50%, should the person who has the plurality of votes be the nominee? Everybody but Bernie said no. Bernie said, yes, the one who has the most votes should be the one who wins. The one that has the most votes should be the one that wins. So now Bernie, again, remember when I said Bernie won't stick up for himself? Because remember, against Hillary Clinton, Clinton did not have the 50% in the way back when. She didn't have that 50%. And Bernie fought to have it, but then the super delegates kind of kicked in and whatever, and they basically gave it to Hillary, right? See that? She had a plurality, but she didn't have 50%. Well, now Bernie is saying, nope. Whoever has the most votes, even if they don't win by the rules, he's saying he's not gonna fight to try to still be the nominee. Are you kidding me? Thank you again, Lamented Guide. By the way, if you want to be a permanent part of the show through super chats, you can do that in the Streamlabs link in the description down below. It's also in the chat. It says this show is sponsored by viewers like you. Support the show with your donations and have your super chats read live on the show. You can click at the PDawg.live link in the chat and in the description down below. So Bernie's not going to fight for himself. And I'm pretty sure that the Bernie bros are just like, what the fuck? Come on, dude. Fight for yourself. You want to be the president. Not that he could win anyway, but I just saying. It's crazy. It is crazy to me. Let's see. Let's check some other things out here. Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders' democratic socialism is the same kind that destroyed Venezuela. I'm just reading the headlines from the Ace of Spades blog, which is where I use my favorite aggregator, JJ Sefton, for a lot of my articles that I use. This story. Again, it's kind of a full court press on both these candidates now, and a lot of it probably is from the right. But so there was this article, I think it was in the New York Times, and look, here's what's happening: the establishment media, the extension of the DNC, known as the mainstream media, they are all putting out things that are negative for Bernie Sanders. The people who are supportive of Bernie Sanders are trying to make sure that all the negative things about Joe Biden are still out there, but so same as the Republicans too. It's gonna be messy. Milwaukee's gonna burn. And again, like I said, not like feel the burn, but burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, burn, baby, burn, burn the mother down. That kind of burn. So the Soviet U.S. Back when Russia was the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, They viewed socialist Bernie as someone they could exploit to push propaganda, according to a report in the New York Times. The Soviet Union reportedly reviewed socialist Bernie Sanders as a person they could exploit to promote their propaganda because of his political views and his positive views of the communist nation. The New York Times reported on Thursday night that newly discovered documents from Russia, they just miraculously just came out of nowhere, newly discovered documents. Oh my God. Yeah, they just amazingly popped up, kind of like the Steele dossier. Anyway, newly discovered documents from Russia showed that Soviet officials sought to exploit Mr. Sanders' anti-war agenda for their own propaganda purposes. The Times noted that the Russian communists sought to exploit Sanders while he was the mayor of Burlington, Vermont, after he wrote what he wrote that he wanted the U.S. and the USSR to live together as friends. They show. Is this Bernie? Oh, no. They show how the Kremlin viewed these sister city relationships as vehicles to sway American public opinion about the Soviet Union. The Times reported, nothing in the document suggests that Mr. Sanders was the only local American official targeted for propaganda, or even that he was particularly receptive to it, though they describe him as a socialist. I told you I had some new sound effects. Now I lost my spot. I was so excited about that. But the documents do show the Soviets' intense preparation to use Mr. Sanders' interests in their country to their advantage. The Soviet Foreign Ministry's document discovered by the Times. Just discovered by the Times. So convenient. Stated, quote, one of the most useful channels in practice for actively carrying out information propaganda efforts has proved to be sister city contact. The Times noted that Sanders aggressively sought out the sister city program with the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Sanders even led a Burlington delegation to Yaroslav to try to establish the basis for the sister city relationship. Anyway, so yep, the Russians are trying to use Bernie, or tried to use Bernie way back when, as a propaganda tool. They tried to make him a tool. All right, what else? Let's see. All eyes are on Elizabeth Warren. The Washington Free Beacon describes this as Snake Watch. God, that's brutal. Snake Watch, Elizabeth Warren's next move could decide the election. Principled progressive or establishment hack? Bernie Sanders was right. Senator Elizabeth Warren, sometimes referred to as Pocahontas. Who wrote this? Is this an editorial? It's gotta be. This sounds like Trump wrote it. Okay, I'm gonna read it as it's written until I move on. Senator Elizabeth Warren, sometimes referred to as Pocahontas, won't become president. The woefully underachieving candidate ended her campaign on Thursday, ensuring Representative Tulsi Gabbard will go down in history as the most successful female presidential candidate of the 2020 election cycle. Congratulations. I was going to give her something funny here, but there's nothing funny to put on here. Hey, hi, Mitch the Ripper, and T.C. Ball, and Augusto Pinochet, and Check Your Logic. I think I saw you pop in here too. So okay. Good morning, y'all. This is, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. This is not the one with the music. Okay, there's a couple versions of this going around. If you can see that's all the women's candidates being removed. are being done. Hey, Doug Knight, I really enjoy these chill ass shows in the morning. Goes great with a big cup of Joe Biden in 2020. oh, big cup of Joe. Okay. Yeah, Biden 2020. And Girl Scout cookies. Right there, baby. Right there. Got right there. I need to find a video to watch so I can eat another cookie. It's like my crack. There's now 100% chance that by this time next year, the president of the United States will be a white man over the age of 72. At a press conference announcing her decision to withdraw from the race, Warren teared up at the thought of all the little girls who will have to wait 4 more years to see a woman in the White House. She must not, Nikki Haley. Anyway, she must not be very confident Bernie Sanders or Joe Biden will have a chance to run for re-election. Though Warren's exit did not exactly come as a surprise, campaign aides had been suggesting in recent days that the candidate planned to remain in the race until the Democratic convention in July. I wonder why she changed her mind. Anyway, after Warren's abysmal performance in the Super Tuesday primaries, including a third-place finish in her home state of Massachusetts, it was clear that persistence was futile. Nevertheless, a fanatical devotion of some of Warren's supporters is a sight to behold. Her campaign's design director, for example, offered the following. This is a product of a sad drunk brain and a lifetime of sci-fi. But I keep thinking of the coronavirus. What? I think keeping about the coronavirus and fiction universe in which it turns us all into zombies and a small group of heroes try to go back in time to elect Warren because she was the only one with a plan. Oh my God. In the meantime, Democratic voters must elect a male nominee to lose to President Donald Trump in the general election, notwithstanding the Democratic Party's alleged commitment to diversity. Voters have narrowed it down to a choice between 2 old white dudes. Warren has a crucial decision to make. Her next move could determine whether the nomination goes to Biden, a 77-year-old trade enthusiast with mild dementia, or Sanders, a 78-year-old socialist with heart problems. Will Warren adhere to her leftist principles by offering an immediate, full-throated endorsement of Sanders, or will she succumb to the allure of her own ambition by endorsing Biden? That's an interesting statement because I don't think Elizabeth Warren would have ever ran for the Senate if she had not planned on running for president. I think because I know there was some buzz around her a few years back. I think when she was running for Senate that she was trying to set herself up to be president of the United States, kind of like Barack Obama did. And so I don't even know that she really even wants to be in the Senate, but it seems that's her stepping stone. But unfortunately, it didn't work out this time for her, and whatever. Warren also time will tell. Sanders supporters have reportedly reached out to Warren in an effort to win her endorsement. Oh, Sanders supporters? You mean those Sanders supporters who've been maligning her nonstop for the past several months? Those Sanders supporters? There is plenty of bad blood between the two camps, especially after Warren accused Sanders of telling her a woman couldn't win the presidency during a private meeting in 2008. That would be another Elizabeth Warren. What's a good word for this? I'm just going to say tall tale. In my personal opinion, which I said at the time when that story came out. Bullshit. Anyway, Warren reportedly also spoke with Joe Biden on Wednesday. As it stands, Biden appears to be the favorite after a remarkable showing on Super Tuesday. The Democratic establishment rapidly coalesced around the former vice president in an effort to bury Sanders, who needs Warren's endorsement if he's going to have any chance of securing the nomination. I don't think Warren is going to endorse Bernie Sanders. I think she's going to wait because, first of all, her endorsing Sanders doesn't give her a chance to actually see how this is going to turn out. And if she endorses the wrong person, then her chances of running again in 2024, if that be the case, have that spot on it where you go, oh, I endorsed the wrong person. But also, it maybe she won't endorse anybody because she doesn't want to endorse a loser and just maintain the idea that she would have been the best candidate, and so she's not going to endorse anybody. And that, you know what, that probably would be the smartest play for her. She would have to say, you know what, I'll support whoever the nominee is, but I'm not endorsing anybody because I still believe that I am the strongest candidate, and probably, you know, we'll see how things work out for a future, you know, my future in politics. That might be the smartest move for Warren. Not that, you know, I don't know. And maybe she'll learn to stop making up stories too. Who knows? That's kind of been her problem all her life. All right, let's go to some. All right, look here. I'm just gonna go to bookmarks because I've been doing these bookmarks for weeks and I just don't get to them. So today, let's see. We're going to February. I'm not going to go back to February 23rd. Although FBI is going to investigate. This is from way back that I really wanted to share this one. The FBI is going to investigate the death of the DHS whistleblower, initially thought to be a suicide. So this is from The Independent. Hopefully I'll be able to read this. So, Philippine FBI to investigate death of DHS whistleblower, initially thought to be a suicide. The official who spoke out against Homeland Security practices during the Obama administration was found shot dead. I'm sure you've heard this story. The FBI. Oh, is this not going to let me do this? Well, I don't need the whole story. The FBI will investigate the death of a The hell happened there? Oh my gosh, it keeps scrolling on its own. Of a Department of Homeland Security DHS whistleblower who was found dead in California last Friday. Philip Haney, who spoke out against his own agency during the Obama administration, was found in a park and ride near Plymouth, California, with what the Amador County Sheriff's Office initially said appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. However, those initial reports have been described as misinformation and have been walked back in a statement from the Sheriff's Office, which also confirmed the FBI will be assisting the investigation. Forensic autopsy is scheduled to be performed by the Sacramento County Coroner's Office. This was a while back, 2 weeks ago. The FBI will assist in examining documents and a laptop found at the scene, as well as phone records. The agency will help with evidence processing of Mr. Haney's motorhomes and the firearms. So this is a guy who was a whistleblower during the Obama administration, and he was getting ready to come back to his job. He was, you know how supposedly whistleblowers are the greatest thing since sliced bread? Well, this particular whistleblower was pushed out of his job. Was not protected after he told on the Obama administration, and he was just getting ready to come back into the fold of the government, back into government service. And I can't remember which, one of the senators had a very, very moving tribute to him because he was friends with the guy. Anyway, but yeah, I'm assuming he had some a dirt on Hillary Clinton or something, because anyway, he's gone. All right, back into the bookmarks. I know we're not into Twitter trends yet. We should be by now, but anyway. David French, Bernie cannot bring socialism. He cannot rule by decree. None of his big plans will happen. But that doesn't mean he's harmless. His presidency would be bad for America. Our parties are failing to produce fit candidates. Do not endorse their failures with your vote. That is... Yes, Louis Gohmert. It was Louis Gohmert who did the tribute to Haney. That is David French. David French, never Trumper, Republican, senior editor of the Dispatch, columnist on Time, Iraq vet, married to Nancy French. And according to Limbaugh, a real problem. Let's see. Review of the White... Okay, we did the review of the White House coronavirus outbreak. That's still a good thread because... Oh, by the way, the governor of Washington, Jay Inslee, had some very choice words for Donald Trump on Twitter a while back, something to the effect of, fuck off, Donald Trump, you know, kind of blaming him for the coronavirus outbreak and whatnot. A fascinating thing happened yesterday. Did I bookmark that? I wish I did. I may not have. All of a sudden, here, let's find him. Let's do this. We'll go and do Jay Inslee. Here we go. Oh, now Jay Inslee's being trashed now. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Washington. Okay, so here, Governor Jay Inslee announced that Thursday that Washington State has plans to cover the cost of COVID-19 tests for residents without health insurance. He said something kind about this process the other day, because originally it was like, fuck off Trump. Did he? Let's see if he kept this up here. Well, maybe he didn't. Maybe he took it down. Hang on a second here. Oh, it looks like he took it down. He had a tweet up yesterday that was thanking Vice President Pence. Oh, here it is. Nope, this is a different one. Oh, so this is February 27th. I just received a call from Vice President Mike Pence thanking Washington State for our efforts to combat the coronavirus. I told him our work would be more successful if the Trump administration stuck to the science and told the truth. Fuck you. The CDC is going through the same protocols they do for any type of outbreak like this, as they always have. But anyway, he must have taken it down. Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding. Let's do this. Jay Inslee trashed. Here we go. Because I'm sure somebody screenshotted it. Okay, so Seattle state report that 76 people have died from the flu this season, up 46 from last week. This was the flu. Why not media frenzy then? And every year since. Yeah, again, there are 18,000 people have died this year, this flu season, over the last 8 months. Days after Washington Governor Jay Inslee trashed Trump over coronavirus, state has first 2 deaths. Wow, what happened to it? Well, apparently he took the tweet down, but he had a tweet very complimentary of Vice President Pence for his action and what they're doing and how they're helping the state of Washington. Maybe just to instill some confidence in people, because people are, really. I get that people are very scared of this. But again, it's all about perspective. Anyway, let's get back into the bookmarks. What was the other one? Here's one. Oh, right now there's a couple things going on. First of all, this is something that Randy Monkey pointed out. The hype around Elizabeth Warren. Okay, America punished Elizabeth Warren for her competence. What? So many people, the Warren people, are out there saying, "Oh, they wouldn't." Well, here, let me find this one. They wouldn't. Again, they wouldn't elect a woman. Who was their nominee 2 years ago, or 4 years ago? Wasn't their nominee was a woman, right? Oh, here it is. This Adam Jellison. Everyone loves a woman once she's not trying to take power from men anymore. And then he says, it's a fact, people. Indeed, if a woman is actively seeking power, running for president, or perceived as seeking power, she's less likely to receive votes. This trend was not observed with the men actively seeking power, perceived as seeking power. Hold up! Aren't we talking about United States Senator Elizabeth Warren? I repeat, United States Senator Elizabeth Warren. That was my reply. That was my reply to that. I'm pretty sure she is an elected official. Okay, here's something else funny that happened yesterday. On MSNBC, listen to this. You may have seen this if you're watching some of the other shows.
Absolutely.
Hang on.
Tweeted.
Listen to this. This, you just have to listen carefully to what this young lady says.
But you see it as a possibility if he wants to spend $1 billion.
Oh, what the hell? Try it again. There, I'll just refresh it. Hang on. Sorry about that. Oh, cookie time. All right, listen to this. Listen to what she says.
But you see it as a possibility if he wants to spend $1 billion beating this guy, he could do it.
Absolutely. Somebody tweeted recently that actually with the money he spent, he could have given every American $1 million.
I've got it. Let's put it up on the screen. When I read it tonight on social media, it kind of all became clear. Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. U.S. population 327 million. Don't tell us if you're ahead of us on the math. He could have given each American $1 million and have had lunch money left over. It's an incredible way of putting it.
I'm assuming that every one of you immediately saw the problem with this. And I'm going to guess that this tweet has probably been taken down for its sheer stupidity. Bloomberg spent $500 million on ads. The U.S. population is 327 million. He could have given each American $1 million and still have money left over. I feel like $1 million check would be life-changing for most people, and yet he wasted it on ads and still lost. These two morons decided to give that tweet a time of day. Yes, thank you, Mitch. There you go. That would be $1.53 per American. Now, here's probably closer to the truth. How many? Oh, let's find out how many delegates Mike Bloomberg got in American Samoa. American Samoa delegates. Oops. American Samoa delegate. Let's see how many delegates did Mike Bloomberg pick up in American Samoa. Now, granted, Mike Bloomberg did get some delegates. I think it was in Texas, maybe. I think he got 2 or 3 in Texas. Let's see. Michael Bloomberg and Tulsi Gabbard got their first taste of success in the 2020 Democratic presidential primary, picking up delegates in American Samoa. How many delegates did he get? Bloomberg. Oh, he got 4 delegates. 4 delegates in American Samoa. So, no, he didn't. He couldn't give every American $1 million, but he did spend $125 million per delegate he received from American Samoa. $500 million to get 4 delegates from American Samoa. Well done, Michael Bloomberg. All right. Anyway, that tweet is just, that is so precious. And the fact that those morons at MSNBC actually decided to feature that. Oh, by the way, it's science. All right. you know, I didn't get into the bookmarks I'd like to, but I got to get into the Twitter trends today. So here we go. Topping the Twitter trends header is the Galaxy S20, a new phone from Samsung. Looks like it has 5 cameras on the back as opposed to Apple's 3. I don't know. I'm so tired of phones. You know what? I've got my Note 8 here that I've had since this one almost came out, and I'm going to keep it for a while because I don't need any more damn features on my phone, okay? It's good enough. By the way, if you haven't hit like yet, and you like what we do, hit the like button. All right. Topping the trends today right now is Eternal Atake. Little Uzi Vert's Eternal Atake has landed. That's got to be a hip-hop song. I don't know what Atake is, but it is bringing Little Uzi's Vert freshman freestyle back to the timeline in celebration of Eternal Atake, which that must be Little Uzi. But people are shots fired. Eternal Atake, not even that good. Eminem dropped more heat. Prices on Eternal Atake uses Travis Scott's Way Back as a sample. Anyways, what's y'all's favorites from Eternal Atake? Pick a hole. Okay, Jesus. It's trending number 1 though. Good morning, Dark Isle and Jay Wolf. I see you in the chat. Good morning. And Geodes is here. No MC today though. That's is MC in the house?
Hammer time.
I mean, I'll play it anyway, but all right. Moving on. Trending number 2 on Twitter right now is Friday Thoughts as opposed to Friday Thoughts. But we might run into a Friday Thought in the Friday Thoughts if we click on Friday Thoughts. So here we go. Check it out. Yes, you made it, Jay Wolf. You made it just in time for Twitter Trends. Friday Thoughts today. The top thought of the day. More specifically, Mitt Romney knows what should be a Senate investigation, or knows that should a Senate investigation into Hunter Biden's Burisma dealings uncover anything that reeks of corruption or influence peddling, Trump's impeachment will be discredited. Oh, yes. They're still talking about investigating Hunter Biden and the Burisma shit. And remember, the other problem Mitt has is he has a relative doing business in Ukraine too, and he's on that committee that might approve investigations. And if he decides not to vote for it, the investigation won't happen. Mitt Romney. Oh, here it is. Oh my God. I'm gonna click the article. Mitt Romney, last of the Never Trumpers, balks at Burisma probe. Is Romney objected to a Burisma investigation part of a conspiracy or something more basic? Senator Mitt Romney is poised to scupper an attempt by Senate Republicans to finally discover why Ukrainian energy company Burisma Holdings hired Joe Biden's son Hunter. Democrats in Congress have appeared strangely eager to squash any inquiries into the Burisma-Biden connection, but why is Romney opposing the Republican probe? Would he go so far as to block a congressional subpoena? The answer may be less conspiratorial and more mundane than what many would suspect. Why Hunter Biden was recruited to Burisma's board of directors, of course, is only the beginning of the story. There was nothing illegal about the hire, no matter how improper it seemed. What Biden did for the company and why his father pressured the Ukrainian government into firing the prosecutor investigating Burisma, however, is another story. Oh, wrong one. I don't know the new ones yet. That's far more appropriate. How ironic it is that what drove Democrats over the edge into a half-baked impeachment investigation of President Trump was the prospect of an inquiry into the connection between Hunter Biden and Burisma. Without that investigation, no one in America would be talking about this foreign company or Joe Biden's son. All right, so anyway, that's why that quote I read earlier was important. So Ron Johnson, who's the head of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, revealed that he intended to subpoena Blue Star Strategies to testify. As reported by the Washington Examiner, Blue Star Strategies represents Burisma in the United States. Johnson argues that the testimony is integral to determining if the company sought leverage to Hunter Biden's role as a board member, which of course they did. There's no other reason to hire a unemployed, kicked out of the army for drugs, dude. I'm sounding like Joe Biden right now. Guy who has no experience in either energy companies or Ukraine on your board of directors, other than to get the special services of the Vice President of the United States. Anyway, all right. So Romney balks at it, and I think the tweet quote that they pulled out here is perfect. More specifically, Romney knows should a Senate investigation into Hunter Biden's Burisma dealings uncover anything that reeks of corruption or influence peddling, Trump's impeachment will be discredited, and thus Mitt Romney will be discredited. Anywhere. Wearing a face mask does help if you do it properly. Sita Wing Hong of Hong Kong University demonstrates the correct way to wear a face mask. I'm not going to be wearing a mask. Anyway, breaking. There's lots of talk about Trump using Burisma to take down Joe Biden. Now that Mike Bloomberg is squarely in Joe's corner, isn't it time he devoted his massive resources to dig up dirt the Trumps have hidden thus far? This is a... Okay. So now they're going to take Mike Bloomberg's money. Mike Bloomberg is going to be spending his money to defeat Trump. Probably with Joe Biden. Anyway, let's find a thought for the day that we can use as our thought of the day. Do I trust a president to protect me from a disease when he doesn't wear a condom when he screws porn stars? No. Okay, I find that humorous. It is. I'm going to be honest. Okay, can we get off of these Marianne Williamson super spiritual thoughts of the day? If you think you're fresher than I am, then drop your pictures. Okay, I just want one good thought of the day, or a thought of the day would be fine too. But I'm not finding anything because the Hare Krishnas are out in force on Twitter. So, oh my gosh. The Bernie doth protest too much, methinks. Obviously I'm not a communist. Senator Sanders like to proclaim. We beg to differ. New Ben Garrison cartoon. Bernie Sanders, is he or isn't he? Great post at graphics. Obviously. I don't know if you can see that. That's Ben Garrison's cartoon of the day. All right. Here we go. Here's our thought of the day. Because one of the Krasinski's brothers has tweeted, "Is the man you want fighting to prevent a pandemic in the United States? Is this the man? Is this the man you want fighting to prevent a pandemic in the United States? I have to say, people are now staying in the U.S., spending their money in the U.S., and I like that." Trump's response to the coronavirus economic impact. Whatever, who cares? All right, forget it. We're not finding a good Thursday thought or Friday thought or whatever the hell day it is. Hey, today is Employee Appreciation Day, trending under food. I don't know why. Hashtag Employee Appreciation Day. Today is Employee Appreciation Day. I think it's really important to value those who work beneath you and show them the respect they deserve for their hard work, for which I get all the credit. This is why, for this day only, I promise not to bully anyone for the entire shift. Okay, I don't get that, but anyway. That's what I think about your Employee Appreciation Day. Get back into the kitchen and be thankful you work here. My career so far is this cat trying to go up the escalator. That's funny. Your pipe has arrived. Employee Appreciation Day. Oh, damn. Well, so much for that. Employee Appreciation Day. Don't show this hashtag to this guy. Remember him? Okay. I don't know why. Okay, I'm not even really sure why this is up here. Happy Employee Appreciation Day. We celebrate every one of our staff members today and can't thank them enough for all the amazing work they've done. Pulling this out on Employee Appreciation Day because them donuts they brought in the morning don't make up for the disrespect the rest of the year. You know what? I've had plenty of. I feel appreciated as an employee of places I worked, and I appreciate my employees in places where I'm the boss. So, whatever. Thank you, Harry Wiener, for the super chat. The Krasensteins are a trustworthy and totally heterosexual news source. Yes, Brian Krasenstein and his slightly uglier brother, the twins. Okay. Friday motivational skip. Silly Watch is trending on music and radio. I don't know if that's just a new album or whatever. Okay, that has to do with Uzi when he made Silly Watch. Okay, that's something with Little Uzi, if you're familiar with the current music scene. Janae is trending with Suga and somebody else. Apparently this Janae has new music out along with several other artists, I'm guessing. And there is someone, me back and forth listening to Megan Thee Stallion and Janae Aiko's new albums. Okay, so those are two people with new albums out. That's good enough for me. I'm skipping that. Moving on, Friday Vibes. Ooh, never click the Vibes one. Never click the Vibes. There's always some shit that you don't want to see on your stream. Brian Williams is trending because he's a dumbass and didn't immediately say to himself, "Self, this math don't work." We already know why he's there between him and... Oh, yeah, see, Brian Williams and a member of the New York Times editorial board thought that $500 million Bloomberg spent on ads could have been used to give each American $1 million instead. That would be true if Americans' population was 500. And these are the people who are telling you how to vote. Keep that in mind. Perfect. All right, moving on. Jada Kiss, that's also some new music out. I'm not going to click it. Celebration Station, same thing. Captain Hook, same thing. Chrome Heart Tags, same thing. Thank you, Uzi. Hip Hop and Trending, new Uzi. Uzi drop. Oh my God, everybody is throwing music out. Okay, so hashtags trending rated 10 through 16 are all new music out, most of them by Uzi, Little Uzi. Okay, and then no Apple Music is trending. Why is no Apple Music? No Apple Music link here. It took less time to find than writing this tweet. Okay, so people are linking the Little Uzi tweet to Apple Music. I don't care. Henri Richard is trending, number 18, NHL hockey. Oh, the Montreal Canadiens great Henri Richard has passed away. Montreal Canadiens are saddened to learn of the passing of one of the organization's greatest legends and ambassadors. Henri Richard, this morning. Our thoughts and sincere condolences go out to the Richard family. He's the Hockey Hall of Famer, won a league record 11 Stanley Cups during his 20-year NHL career, all spent with the Canadiens. So, yeah, they were dominant for a long time. I want to say back in the 70s, maybe, or 60s and 70s. Anyway, hockey great Henri Richard, dead at 84. Richard, a center, starred with the Montreal Canadiens from 1955 to 1975. Won 11 Stanley Cups, most by anyone in NHL history. Richard, the brother of fellow Hockey Hall of Famer Maurice Rocket Richard, was nicknamed the Pocket Rocket. Think Bill Russell, think Michael Jordan, think got a lot of. Think just the New York Yankees. The Boston Celtics, the Lakers, the New York Yankees, and the Montreal Canadiens. Okay, just all the dominant teams in their sports. That's what the Canadiens were during that time period. I mean, 11 Stanley Cups in 20 years is amazing. Anyway. So that's sad news for hockey fans. And then finally, Damn Uzi is trending number 19. So we're stuck on a Uzi thing, and it doesn't look like they've added anything new up here. So Little Uzi dominating the YouTubes. Little Uzi dominating the Twitters today. And that's it, people. That's it. That's all. I'm almost done on time for once, too. I don't know what to do. Well, probably because I didn't really get into the book. I have so much more stuff. So much more stuff to do, but that's how it goes. And really, there's no breaking news either. I was kind of seeing, is there anything breaking? Oh, Hillary Clinton says Melania Trump should look closer to home on cyberbullying. And Melania Trump says Hillary Clinton should just go back and crawl in her hole and shut the fuck up. Utah health professor who advocates abortion fails to disclose Planned Parenthood ties. Anything new? Let's see what else is going on here. Nathaniel Woods, convicted in 2005 for the killings of 3 Alabama officers, was executed Thursday night. Hours before his death, the Supreme Court temporarily halted the execution, but later denied a stay. Oh no. Coronavirus has been. This is Sean Spicer. This is the Sean Spicer parody account. Coronavirus has been confirmed in Oregon, California, Washington State now. What D is that they all D have in common? D can't quite put my D finger on it. Okay. It's also in Georgia. So he says Stacey Abrams has some explaining to do. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to make joke. I don't want to do too many jokes about coronavirus. Hello, Johnny Hellcat. What's up, my brother? All right. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Here. That's hashtag. I thank you, Becca, for reminding me. I completely forgot to do the hashtag, and there is an important article that Becca has for me here. So here's this dude. This is what we'll finish with. So remember the dude who trended the other day? I mean, this one single person trended on Twitter yesterday. This just citizen of the great state of Texas, right? Stood in line for hours and hours, 7 hours, he says. 7 hours standing in line to vote in the Democratic primaries. Well, there's an update. And this is how we're going to finish today. Thank you, Becca Farley. This is from in fact, I think that's the only thing in. Oh, there's a couple more in here, but I might get to these other two too. But this one, I absolutely need to get to. Thank you, Becca. National media outlets were quick to seize on Hervis Rogers' story about his hours-long wait time in Harris County on Tuesday night. New information shows he was ineligible to vote under Texas law. Oh, this is classic. Following Tuesday primary elections, media outlets across the nation reported on excessive wait times to vote in some Texas counties, with particular focus on Hervis Rogers, a voter who allegedly waited nearly 7 hours to cast his vote in the Democratic primary at Texas Southern University in Houston. But state records indicate Hervis Rogers is not eligible to vote under Texas law. According to records from the Texas Department of Public Safety, Rogers is on parole for a 1995 second-degree felony offense conviction for burglary. Now, okay, I don't want to drag him through the mud, but just the fact that they made such a big deal and this guy was not eligible to vote under Texas election laws, convicted felons are not eligible to vote until the convicted has fully discharged the person's sentence, including any term of incarceration, parole, or supervision, or completed a period of probation ordered by the court. So he hasn't done that yet. That's unfortunate. Rogers' parole does not end until June 13th, 2020, but he had a Harris County voter registration card when he arrived at the TSU campus polling location Tuesday evening. Rogers says he got in line before 7 p.m., but did not cast his ballot until 1:30 a.m. Wednesday morning. Although the Harris County Clerk's Office administers elections, the responsibility for verification of eligible voter registrations falls on the office of Ann Harris Bennett, Democrat, the county tax assessor, collector, and voter registrar. So he wasn't eligible to vote. True story. All right. Thank you, Teresa Chiara. Man charged with attacking customer. Police in a toilet paper stoosh. What does that mean? Let's see here. Let's see. Tamworth toilet paper arrest. 50-year-old man charged with assaulting staff, customer, and police in Big W, Tamworth. He's behind bars, accused of grabbing a customer by the throat and trying to grab a police officer's gun after a stoosh? Is that like a argument? over toilet paper. The 50-year-old is alleged to have assaulted a Big W worker and a female customer before attacking and resisting police in Tamworth on Thursday morning. The violent confrontation unfolded at a Big W store in Tamworth Shopping World about 10 a.m. when police said the man became aggressive after the store ran out of toilet paper supplies. The police claimed the 50-year-old chucked boxes of tissues at a female staff member and walked off. Okay. Okay, he almost got himself, well, he tried to grab a police's gun over toilet paper. All right, cool. Let's see, Beto O'Rourke, Joe Biden promises to put Beto O'Rourke in charge of gun control. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's an odd endorsement of Bernie. Trump gonna win easily if this clown is the nominee. Trump promises to put Beto O'Rourke in charge of gun control. Great. He's gonna come and get your gun out of your house. Moments after former Democratic presidential candidate Beto O'Rourke, who promised in a September debate to take away legally purchased assault rifles if elected, endorsed Joe Biden's White House run, the former vice president promised to name the Texan as his point man on gun control. I want to make something clear. I'm going to guarantee you this is not the last you've seen of him, Biden said Monday evening during the campaign rally in Dallas. You're going to take care of the gun problem with me. You're going to be the one who leads this effort. Good luck. All right. Now I can say goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been lovely today at the Morning Night Live. I'm so glad you came by. If you haven't done so far, there's 34 people in the room, but only 18 likes. Hit that like button before you go. Also, I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. Currently 3 p.m. GMT for those people in other parts of the world. Also, please make sure you share the stream out. Hit that arrow down there, and or you can tweet it out when we tweet them out. Follow me on Twitter at PDawg or Minds and Gab. You can, whatever they call it in those places, share those, the tweets or gabs or whatever they call them. And if you'd like to be a permanent part of the show, you can do that through Super Chats. I will read your comments on the air for sure when you do a Super Chat. And it really helps the show out as I'm trying to build a studio in my basement, and I got some things to buy before I can make that happen. So, thank you again for being here. I can't tell you how much I appreciate y'all. Thank you to Lamented Guide and Harry Wiener, you know who you are, for the Super Chats today. Those are always great incentive to keep going, but also just hanging out with you all and watching you all have a great time in the chat. Oh, by the way, Irish Rose, I never said hi, but I do see you there. Hello, my dear. And so that's it. Thank you so much for being here. I gotta go. My name is PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye. Hey, this is PDawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here.